if you're here, say hello, pop in, come on in. I'm going to get set up here and then we're going to have some fun. Some crafting fun. Helen, hello, welcome. All right, I could see my messages. Get that going here. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Helen, welcome. Teresa, hello, welcome. So glad you could make it. I'm glad you found me. All right. I'm just gonna give it a couple minutes. I just like to pop in and get all situated here, make sure I'm in the camera frame. And we are going to get started. I know last week I said that was going to be our last Halloween, and we are doing one more. I couldn't resist, and I wanted to show you a really quick and easy one to do in case you needed to whip up a quick Halloween decoration. So we're going to do one more Halloween, and then I promise we're going to move on to some fall, and I really need to be moving on to some Christmas. Well, hello, Carol. Good evening. Good evening. Hi, Jean and Linda and Faye. Welcome. Welcome. I'm getting a lot better with the iPad and the camera angle, so I think we're making improvements every week. Hello, Vielius from Florida. Welcome. Welcome. So if you're new to my channel, if you could please give me a thumbs up. This really helps me and my channel with the whole YouTube algorithm to help push my lives out to more people, because the more people that watch, the better for me. So it keeps me coming on here every week and bringing you some fun crafts to do. So I know you can always watch my tutorials on YouTube, but I think it's nice to come visit live, because you can ask me any questions, I can answer them live, and I can just interact with my followers a little bit better than I can with my YouTube tutorials where you only see my hands and hear my voice. So this is the face behind Hollie Hobbies, and I'm so glad that you can be here. So we're going to get started. I won't keep you up too late tonight. I do need your help though to help me decide which color that we're going to do today, okay? So what we're going to do, I know we made a witch's hat wreath on one live, and we used the Dollar Tree witch's hat frame, which I've had a couple followers that said they saw them at their Dollar Trees, but I haven't seen them anymore, and I'm thinking those are going to be a little bit harder to find than the ones I'm going to show you today. And quite frankly, the one I'm going to do today is so much easier, and I think it's a lot cuter than the one on the Dollar Tree witch's frame. So I'm going to show you what to get, and you could just whip this up really quick, and I want you to grab some extras, because we're going to be doing a lot of things with these little hats. These are great gems. Let's see, Teresa, from Dollar Tree. Okay, so Teresa, how this works is, if you're new to my channel, I have a YouTube channel, and all my tutorials are on my channel under the video tab, and I release a new tutorial every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I always have in the description section, there'll be a supply list, so you'll know exactly what you need for that tutorial, and you can always access my tutorials at any time while you're crafting. You could stop, pause, fast forward, however you want to do that. So, are you having trouble finding the wreath kits at the Dollar Tree this year? Hello, Betsy. Hello. So what we're going to do is we're going to make one on this. This is a gem, okay? If you see these at the Dollar Tree, I would suggest picking up at least 5 of them, because there's a lot of fun things that you can do with these little tinsel hats decoration. And they come in different, they look different sometimes. This is one I picked up last night, and this is, you know, it's the same thing. And what we're after is this plastic wreath form that's underneath that tinsel. So we're going to start making one, and I need your help to decide what color. So they also have these cute little witch's legs at the Dollar Tree, and they always come in 3 different colors: the lime, the orange, and the purple. Now I've already done a lime one, so I'm going to put that off to the side. So I need your help to decide, are we going to do a purple or an orange one tonight? I'm going to let you pick. So just leave me a comment if you want purple or orange, and they're really fun to make. And if you wanted to do the lime, you would just get the lime mesh. And this is just from Hobby Lobby. It's their basic deco mesh. Purple. All right. That's exactly what I had in mind. And then I thought, you know, let's give an option here. So we will do the purple. Thank you. You actually, the trouble is that they're split in 2, and yes, Teresa, that's how they come. They're a wreath attachment. So they come in 2 different pieces. And if you want to watch, I've done quite a few of those wreath attachments last year. So if you go to my YouTube channel, under the videos, this is my 3rd year, so I've gone through a couple seasons. So just scroll down. I've done the Dollar Tree snowman. I've done the witch's hat. I just did a ghost a couple lives ago. So you can kind of get an idea of what to do. But what I like to do with the wreath attachments is you have the top and the bottom, and you got to figure out something that's going to go in the middle. So I like to either find a cute sign. Oh, I've done the Frankenstein too. So with like the ghost one, I put a little sign in the middle in between the 2 attachments. With my Frankenstein, I had him holding a pumpkin. So whether it's some embellishments or a sign, you want that to be in the middle of the two pieces. So if you just look at some of those older tutorials, they'll give you a couple ideas of what you can do to do with them. Oh, they were 1 piece. Yeah. Well, they were probably just like a cute little decoration. But I like how they have the actual wreath attachments, and I think they're super cute. Super cute. Yeah, I'm glad that they brought them back this year, because I like it when you know that they're going to have the same things, like these tinsel hats. These are great. Yeah, so I would find a cute sign, a cute anything to, you know, big embellishment, something to go in the middle. So, okay, so we're going to get started with a purple one. And this is going to be really easy, and I'm going to leave all the tinsel on the hat. Normally I would take everything off and have it down to the plastic, but this tinsel is cute, and we're doing a Halloween, and I think it'll be perfect. So it'll just save us a little bit of time. Yes, the gnomes are super cute. I want to do a gnome. I want to do the Santa hat. There's a lot of fun things that you can do with these. So I'm just going to take off. I'm going to take off the little cardboard thing right here. Hopefully I can get it off without messing up the tinsel. That one's on there pretty good. Let me just try to get some of this glue off. Normally they come off really easy. This one had a little bit more glue on it. And we're going to take this off. Yeah, the gnomes are super cute. I love the gnomes. That's been on my list for a long time, and I seem like I can never get to it. And I really want to do the fall gnome this year on these hats. And I've also done a Santa hat on the witch's frame, which I want to do one on this. I think they're a lot cuter on this frame. It's just a great little plastic frame. So I'm just we're going to take off this purple tinsel here. And if you're new to my channel and you hear any snores or snorts, that's my pug, Turbo. And he's not in here with me, which is very surprising. I think he's tired. I took him for a walk earlier than I normally did. There was a few little sprinkles out, and I thought we better, just in case, get that walk out of the way. All right, well, I appreciate y'all showing up today. I know it's getting to be busy time, and it's getting to that holiday season where everybody's gonna start getting crazy busy. And I have my coffee, so I'm happy. So let's just take all of this off down here. And this just comes off really easy. You could cut it off or just unwind it like this. And then we're going to leave all that up top. And this is going to be a very quick live tonight. I know some of my lives have gone on for a while, but this is a very quick and easy one, and I just wanted to show this one last Halloween design. In case you were a little bit behind on your decorations, you could just whip this out super quick. Or if you're going to a Halloween party, it'd be a great hostess gift. And you could save this. This is great for another project. So I figured out how to add stuff in the description section ahead of my live. Usually I wait till the video uploads and then I go back and put all those links. So I do have some links in the description section right now. I know last week we were talking about the Merry Makers Holiday Summit, that I am one of the guest designers. I'm one of 20 designers. It's a free virtual event. It's October 7th through the 9th, and it's put on by Three Little Greenwoods Creations, and I'm just thrilled to have been invited to this event. It's going to be really fun, and it's just going to be like a crafting extravaganza, 3 days. So I left the link in the description for the free registration if you'd like to come attend and get some different inspiration for the holidays. And I also have my next tutorial coming on Sunday. As you can see, I haven't started it yet. I was supposed to be working on this. I'm going to be working on this today after the live, but this is my next collaboration with TMI Gifts. And we're going to be doing this super cute Nutcracker wreath with their Nutcracker wreath attachment. So I have the link to my kit that I designed through TMI Gifts in the description section as well. And this tutorial will be out this Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, Linda, I'm excited. That's going to be it's going to be a great event. And I know Ashley's worked really hard on putting this whole thing together, and she's amazing. She's such an inspiration. I am so inspired by her. So it's going to be a lot of fun. She's got a lot of fun things planned. Yes, Karen, I couldn't resist. I love to do fun, and if that Nutcracker attachment doesn't scream fun, then I don't know what does. I love working with wreath attachments. I think they're super fun to do, and we're going to have some fun with that, and then I'm going to be moving on to another one, which I really want to do the gingerbread wreath attachment as well, but their wreath attachments are very good quality. I'm really loving all the product that I've received from them, and you can always use my coupon code at TMI Gifts, which is HH20, to receive 20% off, and that will be in the description section as well. So it's made it a lot easier. I'm learning things as we go along. So Karen, I will do another candy cane. Yes. I think I only have 2 candy canes so far, and I really want to do, what I like to do is do multiple things on, like the pumpkin frames. I like to do lots of different pumpkins on the pumpkin frame, and I want to do the same thing with the candy cane wreath. I know last season I ran out of time, but I did get my Rudolph, which is one of my favorites. My Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer candy cane wreath with the mesh, the burlap, and I've done the yarn, but I'd like to do some different ones as well. So yes, I will be adding some more candy canes to the tutorials. Which one did you make, Karen? Did you make the yarn or the Rudolph? Boy, they are both so fun. I really love working on the candy cane. So yes, I'm adding that to the list. Hi, Joanne from Arkansas. The yarn, yes, that one is so fun. And that one is very very easy and simple, but it just looks so like intricate. I love that one. So, all right. Yeah, I'm trying to get my list together of my holiday designs, because it's coming fast, and I really should have been moving on a little bit sooner than I'm doing right now. So I might end up, I'm gonna probably have to start adding an extra tutorial, maybe dropping one midweek like I did this week, to try to make it through all the tutorials that I want to get to this year, because you know how fast it all starts going. So we decided we're going to do the purple, and I need to go grab my polyfill over there. So this one is a very simple one. We're going to be using 2 different ribbons. I have a little bit left of this 2.5-inch black and white stripe, which I love. I've been using this in a lot of my designs, and as well as my 1.5-inch polka dot. Stripes and polka dots, you cannot go wrong with those. And that's what's great about this design. You could do it whatever color you want, but you could still stick with the stripe and polka dots, and it goes with all the colors. All right, so we're going to start adding our mesh. Yes, Betsy, I was gonna say that those candy cane, or Karen and Betsy, the candy cane wreaths, those are, I think those would be a great seller too for a craft fair, to take to craft fairs. All right, so we're going to start. I need to let me grab my some pipe cleaners here. And you don't have to have the same color pipe cleaners. I'm just going to grab some purple because I have them right here. And we're going to be making 8 bundles that we're going to add. I was playing around with this with my first design, and I decided that 10 was too much. 8 was like a perfect amount for that. Hi, Pinked and Pickled. Welcome, welcome. So for this design, this does not have to be perfect or exact by any means. And you'll hear me say that in a lot of my tutorials. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exact, because crafting is perfectly imperfect, and we don't have to be totally precise on a lot of these things that we do. All right, I'm just making sure I can see all your comments. All right. Okay, so for this one, we're going to be cutting 8 pieces at about 24 to 30 inches. Doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exact. And what I like to do is just, I'm going to stand up here and I just kind of pull it right by my head here. And I know that that's going to give me the size that I'm looking for. And I'm just going to do this till I get 8 pieces. And this is just a lot easier than trying to measure everything out exact on the table, because it's not going to matter with this design. Hi, Jerry. Welcome. Welcome, Mary. All right, so we have our 8 pieces of mesh here. And now we're going to make these little bundles. Which one did you make, Mary or Marie? Which one did you make from last year? Was it a Halloween one? All right, so we've took off the tinsel, and you can see part of that plastic frame, and we're just simply going to be using this middle bar. That's it, the only middle bar. And there's sections, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. And the first 2 sections at the ends here, we're not going to use. So we're just going to add 2 in each section. Super easy. Does everybody does anybody decorate for Halloween? I decorated this year. Last year, everything went by so fast and I wasn't able to decorate. So I decided that I am taking the time this year to decorate for each season, and I'm going to enjoy each season to the fullest. Hi, Deb. Welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad you all could be here to support me and my life journey. This has all been a new venture for me, and I want to keep it going. And I think that all the love and the support that I get from you all, it just keeps me going. It gives me the fuel to keep going. So we're just, for this, we're making big, huge rolls, okay? We're not using the tube and measuring it. We're just coming in with both sides and making these big, long, big, like kind of wide curls. And then we're pinching and grabbing till we get to the other side. And we're making just kind of like a giant cruffle. That's what we're making. Hi, Deb. Welcome. Welcome. And we are going to attach our pipe cleaner. And just a nice big loose cruffle. And that's why I want to keep it like this, because it adds to the whimsical look of this design. Oh, Lori, thank you. Thank you. We were supposed to be moving on, but here I am. We're doing another Halloween design because I don't want to leave anybody hanging if they're not decorated and they want to add something to their collection or to their decorations. They can just whip this up real quick and it'll be like, impress all your neighbors. They'll be asking you where you got it. And can you make me one? Because they're so cute. Okay, so very simple. We're just making these big old loose cruffles. Nothing has to be perfect. Nothing has to be exact. Linda, I'm so excited that you registered for the Merrymakers Holiday Summit. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know Ashley has worked so hard putting all that together. And there's going to be 20 designers. A lot of these designers that I have followed since I started, and they're a big inspiration to me. And it's just fun to be part of something like that, an event like that. I'd always see people doing these when I first got started, and I always thought, wow, that looks like so much fun. And then it was so neat to get invited. Aw, thank you, Lori. I'm moving on after this, and I'm trying to get my list prepared, and I got to place an order for some things because we're gonna have to start moving quick here to get through all these holiday designs that I want to do. So whether it's going to involve an extra tutorial or an extra live, I'm going to have to start adding some extras in my schedule because there's just too much. All right, Turbo's starting to go a little crazy. I thought he would be okay because I took him for a walk, and now he's starting to tear up his bed. And I'm going to have to pull the bed out of the craft room. Before he messes up his brand new bed. It's like a plush, so I think when he gets crazy, he treats it like one of his toys that he starts shaking. I'm going to have to get up here in a second and get this thing out of the way. So we're making these big loose cruffles that we're going to add. And that's why this one is so much quicker than the other witch's hat we did. It took so many bundles of that 6-inch mesh, and it's a lot of prep work, and this is just easy breezy, super simple. I'm going to have to get up here and get the dog bed out of here. Hopefully he'll stop here in a minute. Turbo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Here, you want to come here and say hi? Come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Come here, you little stinker. Pugs are like the only breed that I know when you call them, they don't come. They just stand there and look at you. Any other dog, you're like, come on. They're there. No, not the pugs. And they're very stingy on their kisses. Okay, so we've made our 8 little bundles here. Oh, Lori, you did the scarecrow wreath. Oh, that makes me so happy. Did you make your own hat too? Or did you get a different hat? That one is just makes you happy. Okay, I'm gonna have to excuse myself for 1 minute and get Turbo's dog bed out of here. Come on, you're not gonna mess this dog bed up. All right, I'm back. Not going to have him chew up his brand new dog bed, which he's been trying. He'll do so good. He'll just lay there some days all cozy in his bed, and other days he wants to tear it all up. Oh, Lori, that makes me so happy. I want to see a picture of it, and you need to send me one on Facebook Messenger because I would love to see it. You have a basset hound named Gus, and he'll only come if you have a treat. Yeah. Well, Turbo, even if you have a treat, he still won't come. He'll just stare at you. I'm like, what dog does not come to you when you have a treat in your hand? They're a very, very stubborn breed. Oh, basset hound. Those are so cute. Okay, so let's get these added to get these out of our way. So we're adding 2 per section. So we're just simply putting our pipe cleaners around that middle bar, and we'll just finish it off while we're here. I am placing an order tonight I'm ordering some more crafting supplies. So I'll make sure I share with you everything that I get. I'm finally investing in the glue gun, the battery powered glue gun, and I'm getting the glue skillet. So I'm excited. And some spring-loaded pliers. So we're just finishing these off as we go along. I'm just twisting around that bar, folding in half and back down towards the wreath frame. And we're just going to start adding these bundles, 8 bundles, 2 per section, leaving the first sections blank. And then we could start playing around with these curls and moving them and getting them stacked the way that we want. Yeah, he's a cutie pie, all right. Little stinker. But I got his walk out of the way today, so that's good. He's happy. He loves his walks. Do you, Teresa? I cannot. What, did you get the bigger one or the little one? Tell me about it. Because I don't know exactly how they work. How does it, when you have it on the battery, how long does it usually last? Does it stay hot? I mean, I don't really know about it. Do you keep it on and then I am excited. I've been looking at this one. It's a combo with the big and the little one. But yes, I've heard people saying great things about those Ryobi glue guns. And I think it's going to be a game changer for me. It's time to retire this little guy that's been my wingman for a long time, but I want one of those cordless ones. I thought this one was a game changer because it's, you know, it comes off the, I thought, wow, that is cool when I first got that, but those Ryobi ones are amazing. I didn't even know they had those. Well, good. I'm glad to know that you love it, and a lot of people have been recommending that one. So I am going to be checking that out tonight. It's finally time. I have to sit down and place my order and figure out, get a game plan for the holiday season here. Feeling like I thought I did 8 bundles. Did I drop a bundle? 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess we thought I did 8, but I guess I didn't. We're gonna have to cut one more. So we're adding 2 on here. And I like it with, if you want to see what it, if you look at my fall hat that I did for the scarecrow, I did it on one of these. And I made a fall hat, and then I used that hat to put on the scarecrow. And that one is made with the 6-inch mesh. So you can compare the different looks versus the 10-inch mesh. Oh, you mean it lasts for a long time, like the charge? And I hear a lot of people have extra batteries too. Yeah, that's going to be a huge game changer. I know it's a little pricey, but I feel like it's time. I need to invest into my business, and I'm going to invest with one of those because they're so fun. All right, we need to make one more here. Which I swear I cut 8. Maybe Turbo grabbed it. I don't know. But we need to cut one more. The one that I like most is a fingertip one that you use the smaller. What? It's a fingertip one? Are you talking about the Ryobi, Teresa? Is it called a fingertip? A fingertip one. I'm not sure what that is. Is that the style of one of those guns? Hi, Rosemary. We're doing another witch's hat, but we're doing it on the Dollar Tree tinsel wreath frame, which is going to be have a way different look than the other one. It's these little decorations that you get from the Dollar Tree. If you see them, I would suggest picking up a few because we're going to be doing some different things with these as well. We can do a Santa hat. You could do the fall hat like I've done already. You could do the gnome. Can you send me a picture, Teresa, in my Facebook Messenger? I want to see what you're talking about, especially before I place my order. Because it sounds like you know your glue guns, and I need advice from that, what kind of investment I'm going to do. Yeah, these are great. They have them every year, and they're really fun to work with. I'm leaving the tinsel on the top of the hat to make this even easier. but you could cover it with whatever you want to cover it with. So I'm adding my 8th one, and remember we skipped the first 2 sections. I tried adding one in those sections and it was just too much. So I felt like 8 looked really good. It's the perfect amount for what we're trying to do. And look at just adding those 8. I mean, look at how quick and pretty that is. And that it just has a really fun, whimsical look to it with this 10-inch mesh. Okay, super easy. So now we're going to make some ribbon bundles, and you can move your curls around to get everything the way that you want it. If you see any of that wreath frame, just start moving some curls around and it'll all cover up. I like it with the purple. That's nice. Hi, Kimberly, welcome. Thank you, Karen. I wanted to give you just a very quick and easy one to do. And if I wasn't talking, this would probably be done right now. That's how quick this one is on the witch's hat. A lot quicker than the witch's hat wreath frame, which I don't even know if you can find those right now. I haven't seen them. I've had a couple followers that have seen them at Dollar Tree, but I'm really not sure if they're still making those. Okay, so now we're going to do 3 bundles. Now, the beauty of this design is you could do whatever you want in here. I've seen them where people add tons of ribbon that fills up this whole section, but I wanted to keep it very simple with 3 bundles because I don't want to hide these beautiful curls. I think these are like the star of the show right here. All these big, beautiful cruffles. So we want to highlight that, and we want to highlight this beautiful ribbon. So we're only going to do 3 we're only going to do 3 bundles. That's it. And we're going to cut our ribbon at, let's do 14 inches. And I have my handy dandy measuring buddy, which I love. And I'm going to dovetail this 2.5-inch ribbon, and the other ribbon will just cut at an angle. So we're going to make a couple little ribbon bundles, and you can add more ribbon in here. I just am keeping it simple with the stripes and the polka dots because I feel like that's going to just showcase that ribbon and showcase all these cruffles without covering everything up with ribbon. Sometimes you start adding so much ribbon, then you can't even see your cruffles. But I've been designing with this polka dot ribbon and the stripes and my last few designs, and I've been a little obsessed with it. Teresa, my Facebook is Hollie Hobbies, and if you you can message me there under Messenger, or send me pictures under there. I'm dying to see your scarecrow. And we're going to save this ribbon because we're going to do some cute little accents on the boots. We're going to spruce those up a little bit. All right. Get some of these things out of the way. Yes, please do, Teresa. No rush. No rush. Nothing makes me more happy than when people send me pictures of their wreaths that they have made with my tutorials. I just find so much joy in that. It makes me so happy to see. So if anybody has done one of my tutorials, please send me a picture. And if you don't mind, I like to use those pictures in my posts too to share with my followers. Deb, if you follow me on Facebook, do you follow me on my on Hollie Hobbies, my business page? As long as you have Facebook Messenger set up, which you have to have Facebook Messenger, and that's where you could private message people on their Facebook. So if you go to Facebook Messenger, you could add a picture, you could private message me questions, but that's how you would be able to. You can't do it here on YouTube, but you can send it to me in Facebook Messenger. Oh yes, my dizzy Melody. I know that feeling. I hate it when those creative blocks happen. I've gone through that quite a few times, and I've actually been going through it this week, which is why I haven't started my Nutcracker wreath that is coming out this Sunday. And I don't even have it started yet because I was having a block, and I have to be in that like zone when I do these, or that excitement just isn't there. And so, yeah, I put that aside until I'm getting into the zone. And I decided that probably today after this live and tomorrow, it's on. It's Nutcracker time. I'll have my music playing. I'll get in the zone. Thank you, my dizzy Melody. That's my next collaboration with TMI Gifts. That tutorial will be out this Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. They have wonderful supplies, and you can always use my code HH20 to receive 20% off at TMI Gifts. I do have the link in the description for my next kit, and it takes you straight to their website, and all my kit supplies are there. Of course, you don't have to buy the whole kit, or you just want to get the wreath attachment, or pick out different ribbon. But anyway, if you shop at TMI Gifts, use my code and you'll save 20% off. And this is my second collaboration with them, and I'm very impressed with the quality of their supplies. I've never ordered from them before until I started collabing with them, and I'm very, very impressed. Oh, my dizzy, yes. And I know those take a little while to get into your system. So I really hope that helps level everything out. I know my brother deals with a lot of depression and things, and they've been adjusting his meds, and it's really, really worked for him. He sees a huge difference. All right, so let's make these little bundles here that we're going to add. And we're just keeping it simple. Like I said, if you wanted to add a bunch of bundles and cover this whole thing, you can do that too. But we're just going to be adding 3 bundles here. Let me get this over here so you can see what I'm doing here. And We're just using the pipe cleaners and making little ribbon bundles. So sometimes ribbon is so hard to tell the right and wrong side. Oh, Deb, thank you. I can't wait to check him out after this live. I love seeing what others are up to. That's why I love those Monday posts that I'll do where, you know, show me what you're working on, because we're here to all inspire each other and to gain inspiration from each other. And that's what it's about. And that is why our community is so wonderful. And everybody is so great with inspiring each other. And I like to see connections made. You know, I like to hear about, oh my gosh, that was a great seller for me. Thank you. You know, and I did this, one of, you know, your tutorials, and I sold 5 of them at the flea market or whatever. I love hearing those stories. Those make me so happy. Even if you don't sell it, like I made it and it's a huge hit at our house and it makes me happy, and that makes me happy as well. Hi, Fever. Welcome. Welcome. So if you're not, my friend Betty that pops on here, she's not on here, but she's always reminds me in the comments and reminds everybody to make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you like this live, give me a thumbs up, because it will help push me out in the whole YouTube algorithm. YouTube has an algorithm just like Facebook, just like all the other social medias. And, you know, the more, just like everything, the more you comment, the more you like you hear that all the time. It really does help with things. Because YouTube will say, oh, okay, people like that, so maybe I'll push it out a little bit more. And that helps me so I can create more content for you. And it's a win-win for everybody. So I'm going to put that off to the side. See, this is why I can't wait to get my new glue gun. I don't have to worry about being right here by the light socket. Okay, so for this, I'm only adding 3 of these ribbon bundles, 1 on each side and 1 in the middle. And I thought that looked really nice in my green one that I did. So I'm going to stick with the same thing here. And I'm just going to stick this ribbon bundle right in the middle. This is the middle bar right here. And I'm not going to pull it down really deep. I want it to kind of float on top here. I decided I'm going to list these in my Etsy store, because I think they were, I mean, I'm kind of behind the curve for this year, but it's going to be a staple I'm going to keep in my Etsy store. And then they can pick between the purple, the green, or the orange, because I just think they're super cute and fun. Hi, Maria Soto. Welcome. Welcome. And now let's add 1 on each side here. I'm just moving that mesh around till I can see a bar, and making sure I'm going on each side of the bar. And we're just adding this beautiful ribbon. And that way we can showcase this beautiful stripes and polka dots, and the mesh is going to get showcased as well. So, because sometimes when you add all that ribbon, that I've seen ones where all the ribbon, and you don't see any of the mesh. You just see the ribbon, which is very beautiful too. But I love the big whimsical curls, and we want to add all of that to be featured into this design or showcased. Okay, so we're going to add this. And you can always fluff your ribbon out. I'm not sure what this one's doing right here, but I need to move this around. It's hitting these curls a little weird. I need to turn it. All right, so this is what we have so far. See how that ribbon is really showcased, and you could still see all those curls. So now we're going to, let's do the legs now. Hi, Carol, welcome, welcome. And these legs are so fun. I'm so glad that they're still carrying them, because you can do a lot of things with them too. And you can make my spider wreath with these legs. They're super cute. And they're just fun to work with. Now these buckles aren't so hot. Normally I would spruce these up a little bit. But I don't have, well, I guess we still can spruce those up in a minute. Let's get them stuffed before I start getting carried away with. I'm like a squirrel. I'm all over the place. Say, focus, Holly. Stay on your one task here and quit moving to different things. I like to save these little rings, because you never know what you might make with those. My Etsy store is Hollie Hobbies Studio. Hollie, Hollie, Hobbies Studio. And I think I'm trying to think if I might have in the description section of this tutorial. I know I do it in all my other tutorials, but I figured out how to get to the description before this started, and I think I put my links. It says follow me on my social media here, and when you hit that link, it'll bring up all my stuff, and I believe the Etsy store is under there as well. I don't push my Etsy store as much. I'm doing a lot of changes with it. I used to really focus on my Etsy store before I did my YouTube channel, and now I don't really focus on selling the wreaths as much, but I do list some of my favorite ones in my Etsy store. And then I converted it to kits, and then I took all my kits out, and now I put some more wreaths back in there. Because with my lives, with my tutorials each week, I have a lot of wreaths, and I have to start selling some. But like I said, I don't really focus on my Etsy or push it like I do with other things. So, but it's still there, and I still have it, and I still list some of my favorite things. So I thought these would be fun to list in there. Just want to keep it more like simplified. I used to have so many listings, and it was a little bit all over the place, and now I just kind of want to focus on a few things. And then things got a little out of hand the last 2 seasons when I had a couple a pumpkin wreath reel went viral, and last year at this time, all of September, that's all I did was fill pumpkin wreath orders. I made like over 54, I think I had, from a reel that went viral, and I was just tapped out. So I only list a couple of my pumpkins instead of like having, you know, like 10 listings or whatever. Because I can't do that anymore. I don't have the time with doing the tutorials and the lives to make 54 pumpkins. So I would rather teach you how to make the pumpkins so you could sell 54 pumpkin wreaths, because they were a huge hit for me. I just don't have it in me to do it this year. I don't. But I am going to do another pumpkin wreath tutorial. I decided, because the other one I have it's 2 years old. And I've learned a lot since I've done that other pumpkin wreath tutorial. And I think I need to do it. I want to do a new and improved pumpkin wreath tutorial. So look for that. I'm going to be doing that real soon here. Just to update it a little bit from all the things that I've learned. All right, so now we're going to stuff these legs here. And I have some polyfill from Hobby Lobby with a bunch of stuff on it. Bunch of crafty things stuck in the polyfill. And you can use tissue paper, you can use grocery bags, you can use whatever you want. But I like this polyfill, it goes a long ways. Oh, hi, Jenny. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, this one's a lot easier than the other one we did, and it's very whimsical. This is not giving me a lot of give like my others. Let me get a little ruler or something out here. Some of it's very stretchy like pantyhose, and this is not stretchy at all, so I need a little help to get this down in there. And we're going to stuff both legs. And yeah, these legs are good. I mean, even if now that, you know, the seasons, people are moving on, I would still grab these. I grabbed like 5 of those tinsel hats, and I grabbed more legs too, because I decided if I'm going to keep these in my Etsy store, I need to have extras to be able to make. Not so much for this year, but for next year. All right, I'm so happy that everybody could make it today. We're gonna have a lot of crafting fun this year, this season. I'm going to try to get to all the ones that I couldn't get to last year. I'm going to do those first. And I have been trying for 3 years now to get to do this one. And every year I do it and I run into some sort of issue. And then it starts getting too late and I say, okay, next year. And then last year I attempted it again and I ran into some more issues, and I am determined to master that wreath. I don't know if you've ever seen, I don't know the exact name of the person that I've seen. I'd have to get on my YouTube, but he's done this snowy village wreath with the spray foam. Has anybody seen that one? And I have tried that for 3 years. I've bought the little houses, the trees, the frame, the lights. I've done it. I've got all the supplies, and I think I finally have everything ironed out where I can do it this year with no complications. Because that spray foam takes, it's a lot to figure out, because it, you know, it expands so much, and it's getting the right amount. And figuring out the placement of the little village. And I think the trick is letting that set a little bit, because I think I put the village in too soon and then it expanded around the houses. So that was my second attempt, or my third attempt last year. So we're going to master this one this year. I'm doing it. I think that one is so pretty, and it bothers me that I can't get it right. Deb, the purple, it's the 10-inch deco mesh, and I cut it like 24 to 30 inches. I just stood up and put my arm, if I stand up and raise my arm right around like to my head, it's usually like 28 inches. And that one is not perfect. It's not exact. You want to make them real long, so you get those big loose curls there. So yes, I'm going to master that snowy village this year for you all. I promise. Because the guy that does it, he doesn't really have a tutorial for it. He has like written instructions, but it's not, I've really had to try to figure this out on my own, and his is so pretty, and I love it, and I want to do it so bad. I really want to make sure I can master that this year. And then the other one that I'm going to, so I'm going to start off, these are the ones I'm going to start off with. And the other one that I've been really wanting to get to, that's been on my list for 3 years now, is the I don't know if you've all seen this one on Pinterest. It's the one with, they're made with the scarves, and it has the little mittens, the handmade mittens. It's so cute. I love it. I have never could seem to get to that one. And I couldn't find a scarf last year, so I went and bought my own fleece, and I saw my fleece next door, and I said, you know what, you're starting off with that one too. I'm not going to let another year go by where I don't get to make that one. The app Top Cash has $25 cash back from Hobby Lobby. What is Top Cash, Kimberly? I've never heard of that. Bye, Deb. We'll see you later. Trish, are you talking about the Snowy Village or the scarf one? Hi, Jeannie. Woo, I like the little hand wave. Everybody make sure you give this a thumbs up. And if you are not following me on my YouTube channel, in the description down below, it'll say about. And there'll be a link there that will take you straight to my YouTube channel where you can hit that subscribe button and be all set. And if you turn those notifications on, then you will be alerted when I release a new tutorial each week. Yes, that Snowy Village has been kicking me in the behind. I'm telling you, I think I have it down though. After the last attempt, I think I know what I was doing wrong, and I'm determined to get this right this year. I might have to order the little, and then I remember one year I went everywhere looking for the houses, It's always been something every year. And so I'm like, I gotta get this, I gotta figure this out. So I could check that one off the list because it's just too cute. All right, now I'm just going to hot glue the ends here closed. Now, I decided if you had a stapler, which I don't know why I don't have a stapler. It's the weirdest thing. I'm a crafter and I don't have a stapler. So I decided if you had a stapler, this would work really good too, instead of the hot glue. Because we're going to be wrapping these around the wreath bar and then gluing them. But if you had a stapler, you could just staple them. Trish, did you end up figuring the Snowy Village out with the spray foam? All right, so now let's go ahead and add our legs to this. Yeah, yeah, well, don't watch me until I can get this one mastered. Yeah, I think what happened was, I think what I figured out is not doing the spray foam first, which there was a couple different ways of doing the spray foam. I know one, we went like this and it just looked too, I didn't like that. I think you'd have to kind of go like this. And then to let that spray foam maybe set a little bit before you add the houses. Otherwise, they'll just get sunk into that foam. Yeah, we'll get this, Trish. I promise, me and you are going to make that Snowy Village. Figure this one out this year. Okay, so now here's the fun part with these legs is you can do them however you want. I don't know if you could see this here. You could do the legs like that. You could do the legs like that, which is super cute. The one we did, my other witch's hat, we did it where it looked kind of like that. And I think they look cute all the different ways. I almost like them like this better because it looks like they're walking. And then you have the option of crossing that leg. Or maybe I did it. Let's see. One I did, it looked like she was walking. It looked really cool. So I think we might do it this way because I just did one with the hills together. And so let's just do this one a little different so we can compare the different ones together. So, okay, so we have the legs here. Yeah, that one's costed me a lot of money to try to figure that one out because that spray foam isn't cheap. And then I've had to buy 2 sets of the village but like I said, I am determined to figure that one out this year. Okay, so let's do let's first finish off these pipe cleaners on the back. Jeannie, are you talking about the Snowy Village with the spray foam? Because I'm going to be mastering that one this year. I've tried it for 3 years and I just haven't been able to get it right. So we'll probably start off maybe with that, and I want to start off with that scarf one. And I'm also going to be doing a few more pumpkins too. Different things on the pumpkin wreath. So I always like to do, I kind of got carried away in 4th of July because I love to take a design and recreate it with different techniques. So I got carried away around the 4th of July because my design was the American flag, and then I recreated it in tons of different ways. So I kind of want to do that same thing with the pumpkins. I know I have some different pumpkin tutorials, but I have a few more that I've been wanting to get to. So I think we're going to do a few more pumpkins as well. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. All right, Jeannie. Well, I'm gonna iron out all those details, and then we're gonna make these beautiful snowy villages together. All right, so let's get these legs on here, and we have that middle bar, which is right here. So we're just going to do a leg on each side, and I'm just going to come. I know it's going to be hard to see this part. And then you could decide how long you want your legs to stick out. And I'm just bringing it around the bar, the material. Around the bar. And I'm going to glue it right back on itself. I know you can't see this part, but I'm just going to let those. Hello, Robstar Dallas. Welcome back. Welcome back. How you doing? Let's see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad we picked the purple today. I love the purple, and that's what was so great about this is you can do it in the purple, the green, or the orange. And it's just doing the same thing. You're just switching up the color of the mesh. That's all. Oh, that's great. I'm doing wonderful as well. Thank you so much. I'm glad you could pop back in and say hi. We're doing one last decoration here for Halloween, and then we'll be moving on to some other stuff. I know I said that last week, and here I am doing another Halloween. But I just wanted to show everybody how quick and easy this is. And now if I wasn't yakking and talking, this thing would have been done. So this is a very fast one. If you're not talking and crafting at the same time. And you just want to make sure we get everything looking even here. And all right. I think I like that. So let's glue it shut here. I'm going around that plastic bar with my material, and I'm gluing it and trying not to get glue on my crafting mat, which is why I have this silicone mat, because it's saved my, I've had it, this is my second mat. Excuse me. Yes, the cauldron wreath, Teresa. Yes, I have one of those on my tutorials on my YouTube channel, and it's always been so popular. I love all the different things that you can do with that pumpkin form. So fun. And if you haven't seen my snowman tutorial, that's another really fun one you could do with the pumpkin wreath as well. All right. Okay. So we have our legs attached here, and let me hold it up so I can see it a little bit better. Okay. So now we need to spruce these legs up a little bit because the boots aren't looking so cute. So we're going to make little cute little things to add to our boots here. And this is really bothering me, this buckle here, which let me try to find some Mod Podge here. And oh, well, look at that. Imagine that when you actually clean your craft room and your drawers and you can find stuff. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. You've been busy, busy. Yes, I do like the ruffles as the socks. I love, we did that in my last witch's wreath that we did on the Dollar Tree wreath form, and it was so cute. I bought this little thing that you get from, I guess you would probably make like corsages, or like what are those things that you go around your leg when you get married? I can't think of the name of those. But you buy a bunch of that, and I put that on the boot, and it looked like she had little ruffle socks. It was so cute. Oh my gosh, you've been busy, Debbie. You have it this Sunday, or you had one last Sunday? Yeah, those craft shows are keep you busy, busy. So let's do something like, let's see if that's not too big. Garter belt. Thank you. Thank you, Jeannie. I couldn't remember the name. I was having it like left me. I couldn't remember what those were called. Yes, I have the little garter thing that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and it looks so cute on the little booties. And I don't think I have any of that anymore. I think I used all that, or else that would have been adorable on here. But we're just going to make little bows here that we're going to add on the boot, and I think that might be a good size there. You have one this Sunday, Deb? Oh my gosh. So that's why I haven't seen or heard much from you in a while. You've been busy. Busy, busy, lady. Those craft shows, I hope you do so good. Let me know how you did, how you do. Those are so fun. I used to have so much fun doing the craft shows. They are a lot of work. So show all those crafters some love when you get to those craft shows, because that is a lot to get set up with your canopies and your tables and all your stuff. And thank you, Debbie. Yeah, I know that you're busy. I totally understand what a busy time this is for everyone. And I hope you sell lots of beautiful wreaths, because I know you work really hard on all your designs. And you're working hard to learn all that social media technical stuff. Yeah, we're just going to make little bows for the boot here, just to make it simple. But like Rob Stardella said, you could do a little ruffle, which would be hecka cute. And I have a little bit of this ribbon left. So let's and if you're all popping on now, I mentioned earlier in the live that I have links in the description section of this live now. I finally figured out how to do that ahead of time. And if you haven't heard about the Merry Makers Holiday Summit, that's coming up October 7th through 9th. And I'm one of the guest designers. I'm one of 20 designers. It's put on by Ashley with Three Little Greenwoods Creations. And it's a free event. It's virtual. From the 7th through the 9th, there's going to be lots of crafting, holiday inspiration going on. So the link to register is in the comments of this live as well. I know last week I didn't have it, and it was hard for me to, I had to put it in after the live. So I'm learning. We're getting there. All this technical stuff, it's getting easier and easier. Or not easier, but I'm slowly learning things. So the first live I couldn't even figure out how to with my iPad how to look at the comments, and I'm like squinting like this trying to read the comments on my phone. So we've come a long ways. And this one is looking a little bit bigger. I need to shorten this one a little bit. Try to get them the same size. Hi, Charles. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're just going to make these little bows that we're going to add. And this one we'll do in thirds to wrap around our little bow. And looks like I'm going to need a glue stick. Yeah, I'm so excited to see those glue guns that you're talking about before I put my order in today. You know you're a crafter when you're excited about a glue gun. Yes, Debbie, you got this. You got this. I know it's so overwhelming, but I like to take one thing at a time and then move on to the next. I have so much to learn still and do, and it gets very overwhelming, all that technical stuff. Well, we were talking glue guns earlier, and we were talking about that I am going to be ordering one of those fancy Ryobi battery pack glue guns, and there's been some suggestions on here, and so I'm going to check those all out before I order my glue gun. Oh, Teresa, you have one too. Oh my gosh, so you're busy. Everyone's busy. I'm excited to go to the craft fairs. I want to find a craft fair this weekend because I love going to those. They're so fun. I need some fun, some new earrings. I have one lady that I like to go to her craft fairs. She does the cutest earrings on the subliminal press. And I love getting some of her earrings. So I'm going to go hunt her down this weekend. Okay, so we're just making a little, I don't know if you can see it here. We're just making these little, so I just have this little material glued, and we're just making like a little bow tie. Hopefully that's a decent size here for the shoe. We're just going to do like a little thing like that. Yes, look through the, oh, thanks, Charles. Look through the comments, and someone was talking about their, they love their glue gun. and they put a suggestion on there about one that they really love. I'm trying to see. Teresa, she said the fingertip to me is just the size. So she's going to send me a picture of the fingertip. I don't know what that is, but is that the name of the glue gun, Teresa? Or is that something that goes onto the glue gun? Okay, so we're just making this cute little bow tie here, and then I'm going to wrap it with our other little pieces, and then we'll add these on the boots, and then we're going to decorate the hat a little bit. And that's why I have the fingertips, so I don't burn myself, and here I am burning myself. And I like to add these little fun little touches like this because it just spruces up these little Dollar Tree legs. And we'll just add that cute little bow there. Oh, thank you, Holly. I know some things just watching live are just very satisfying. That's how I am when I watch this one lady's page that does the, she does the Mod Podge with the napkins, and then she does that kind of stuff, and I just, oh, I love watching her do those. It just feels so satisfying. Even though I'm not doing it, I'm just watching her is I love it. I've never tried the Mod Podge stuff with the napkins, and I always wanted to do those. Oh, okay. It's the way you hold it in your hand and you use your. Oh, gotcha, Teresa. All right. Love you, Deb. We'll see you later. Have fun with your granddaughter. Any black and white buffalo checkered? You mean like tutorials, or what are you talking about, Holly? Designs with the buffalo and plaid checkered? Because I know I have a pancake tutorial, pancake wreath with the buffalo plaid. I'm trying to think what else, because I know I have a lot of that buffalo plaid, and I really need to start using it, because that is what I like to get from Hobby Lobby when it's at the end of the season, when it starts getting clearanced out. Yes. Are you talking about tutorials or designs with that, Holly? Because yeah, I need to do more. I know for sure I have one pancake ruffle wreath made out of that. I'm trying to think what else have I used that on. Well, if I don't have a lot, I'll make sure I do some, because I have a lot of that mesh. And I love that the buffalo, the fall version of that with the red and the tan. I have a lot of that too. Oh yes, I have lots of sunflowers. Oh yeah, I do. Now that you reminded me, I have a bee tutorial that I did with the buffalo plaid. I did it on the I want to say the Dollar Tree trees. That's what it was. I used the Dollar Tree trees. I put them together. I did like a swag base thing with the buffalo plaid, and I added the my bee wreath attachment with lots of flowers, and that ended up actually being one of my favorite designs. I had it up for a long time because it just made me so happy. Yes. And you could do something like that and just switch the sign into a holiday sign or something. But oh, I love that bee one. That was a fun one. When you do some of them, you're just like they become your favorites. And that was one where I didn't know the direction I was going with it, and I just loved how it turned out. I almost added ribbon, and then I decided not to because it just looks so pretty with just the flowers added, and I love that one. Yeah, it's under the spring. My spring tutorials, this last spring. Hi, Betty. Welcome. Welcome. I was talking about you earlier. How are you doing? I was telling everybody that you would always remind me about making sure everybody gives me a thumbs up because I always forget. I know, Holly. You can't leave pictures on YouTube. I know. I wish you could too. But you'll just have to go to my Facebook Messenger and do it that way because YouTube doesn't let you add pictures. But they let you add links, which is nice. Because I get people message me a lot on YouTube and they want to send me pictures, and I have to tell them you have to do that on Facebook because there's nowhere to post a picture on YouTube. Well, we're all going to be checking out this glue gun, Teresa, that you're talking about. You call it your finger. Okay, yeah, I've never heard of that. But I know I'm getting one of those Ryobi ones for sure. I'm treating myself to a glue gun. All right. So let's finish up this, and then we're going to let's spruce up those buckles a little bit. For some reason, those are really bothering me right now. So it's hard for me to overlook the buckles that need a little bit more bling added to them. Okay. So we've made these cute little bows here that we're going to add to our boots. You can see it. So we're going to hot glue these right onto our little boots right here, okay? In just a minute, but let's fix up these buckles first. And before we finish, we're going to make one more of these little bows, but we're going to make it a little bit smaller because we're going to add it at the very tip of the hat. So while we're making those bows, let's just do one more while we're in the zone here. And we'll just do this one a little bit smaller. Oh, thank you, Rob Star Dallas. I just wanted to do this one because it's really easy and quick, and and super cute and whimsical and fun. And like I've said before, I only do fun, cutesy Halloween. I don't do like gory, scary Halloween. So if you see any of my Halloween designs, they're cutesy and fun. All right, we're just going to add one more here to the mix. And then next week we could talk about my new glue gun. I'm just playing. You can tell I'm excited. I'm excited. It's time. This one's it's been a great one, but it's time for an upgrade. Okay, so now we're just doing a smaller version of the bow. Hopefully that's not too small. Oh, thank you, Betty. There's my cheerleader. Reminding everybody to give me a thumbs up, to like this video, and it really helps me and the YouTube algorithm. And just help me get my content pushed out to more people. All right, so we're going to do this last. Yeah, it was really fun last week. There was a lot of new people that came, which was really exciting. And it was neat to see where they found me from. Some found me from YouTube Shorts, some from Facebook. It was just kind of all over the place. So that was exciting. And I'm just trying to get this even here. So if you have any suggestions of anything that you like to see me do, leave me a comment. You know, because I get creative blocks too. And sometimes I sit there, what am I going to make? What am I going to do this week? And, you know, it's a lot of thought goes into these tutorials each week. And so ideas are always appreciated. If you see something, I know one time, you know, people were sending me things that they wanted to, you know, thought were cute. They thought that would be fun for me to do. So, I mean, if you have anything like that, just send it my way. I love to see that kind of stuff and get ideas and suggestions. Rob Stardellis, right now I'm just doing my lives on Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I was telling everyone that I'm probably going to have to, well, I do want to start going live a little bit more. I need to get into the right schedule, but I have so many holiday designs I want to do that I think I'm going to have to either do an extra live or an extra tutorial each week to be able to get to all the ones that I want to do this season. So once I know if, you know, if I'm going to have that, I got to take this off. This is bothering me. It's not even. If I, once I figure everything out and get into a schedule, because right now this Thursday's been working out really good with me. Feels like it's part of my routine now. So if I can get another live or something else into my schedule, I will announce it and let everybody know, because yeah, I need to start going live more. I've never gone live on Facebook. I really should be going live on Facebook. And I also am going to start going live on Amazon, because I have an Amazon store and I'm able to go live on Amazon. So I really want to start going live on Amazon once a week as well. So a lot of goals in the future, and I will keep you all posted. But if I do go live spontaneous, I will like schedule it with YouTube like I do with this, so you kind of know, oh, there's a live scheduled, you know, or I'll try to announce it on Facebook or something. So if you're not following me on Facebook, you could go to the description section. It'll say follow me on social media. There'll be a link and it will take you to all my social media, and you could click, you know, Facebook or YouTube, and everything will be right there for you. And I really should be going live on TikTok too, but you know, one thing at a time. Right now, YouTube is my focus, and so I put YouTube first. See, I did it again, and I feel like it's off-centered, but you know what? I'm not gonna sweat the small stuff, okay? Yes, Rob Stardellis, I have too, and I need to figure that out because that's what my lady does, or not my lady, but the lady, Ashley, who's putting on this Merrymakers Wreath Summit. That's what she does. She has 2 phones, and she's on TikTok here. She's on YouTube, Facebook here. So I haven't figured all that stuff out yet, how to do all that. And I know there's a way that you can stream on multiple platforms, but the technical stuff is not my strength. And it takes me a while to learn all that kind of stuff. So it took me a while just to figure out how to do this YouTube live and get the right camera angle. So, but I'll get there. You're right. I'll get there in no time. All that technical stuff is really challenging for me. But yeah, I bet they have, because then they're also looking on their iPad, so they probably have 2 cameras, huh? Which would make sense. I could have another tripod next to me. But yeah, she calls it working smarter, not harder, and I like that. Because that would be really time consuming, but I'm going to have to figure it out. I really have to start going live more. But as soon as I figure it out, I will make sure I let you all know so you can come find me wherever I'm going live at. But I'm really working hard to go live on Amazon. So I'm trying to pick out my, what I want to do, which is what I want to do for all you next week, is I want to do a turkey wreath really bad. And I want to do a different turkey wreath than my tutorial that I already have. And I'm telling you, it is hard. I could not find the right turkey. I have looked all over everything, over Amazon, online, everywhere, and I cannot find a turkey that I like to go in the center of my turkey. Like the turkey head is what I'm looking for. Like the one I did on my YouTube, I found a decoration at Hobby Lobby, and they don't have it this year. And I took the metal feathers off and I used the turkey body, and it was perfect, but I can't find, that's what I'm trying to find so we can do a turkey wreath. And that's what I want to do on my Amazon Live too. So we'll figure everything out. I need to sit down and write all my goals out for this month here. Because this is when everything starts going so fast, and it's really hard to keep up. Okay. I'm trying to overlook that the bow is a little bit bigger on one side. Okay. So we're going to just add a little bit of ribbon to the hat. And we're going to add our bows to the buckles. And we're going to be wrapping up this design in no time at all here. But this is what we have so far. And we kept the toes pointed in the same direction for this one. You can move them any way that you want. And let's just spruce up these buckles real quick before we add the bows. And I'm not sure what I did with all my paint brushes.
See, this is what happens when you clean out your craft room. Either you know where everything is, or you can't find stuff. I thought maybe I put them in here. Let me look in here. Paintbrushes.
All right.
So I don't know where my paintbrushes are right now. So what we're going to do is use a pipe cleaner. We're going to improvise here. It's going to be our paintbrush. And we're just going to spruce up the buckles here, because these buckles are bothering me and they're not very pretty. So we are just going to add a little bit of bling to them. And we'll just add some glitter. There we go. That looks better. Now I can sleep at night. We got some glitters. We got some bling on the buckles. I'll be laying there in bed going, oh, those buckles are bothering me. And there's Turbo scratching at the door to get him back in. All right, we're just adding a little, just sprucing these up, and then we're going to glue our bows on our boots here. There, that's better. Nothing that a little bit of glitter can't fix, right? Glitter fixes everything. If all else fails, embellish it. Okay. All right, so our buckles are done. All right, so since we're here, we might as well add our little bows right here. So we just add these little bows, but they would be really cute. Like Rob Star Dallas said, with a cute little ruffle. They would look like little bobby socks. Be super cute. Hi, Maya. Welcome, welcome. Orlando from Panama, welcome, welcome. We are having some fun crafting. Okay, so we have those there. We're almost done here. See, I told you it was going to be a shorter live, and look at we're almost 2 hours in. So that's because I'm yakking. Okay. All right. So now we're going to, let me turn it this way so I can see what I'm doing here. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is, well, first we're going to add that, but we're going to add some of this polka dotted ribbon onto the hat. And we're just going to do it in pieces, because if you try to like wrap it, you'll get this like gap, and I don't like that gap. So I'm going to do pieces here. And you're just going to, this is where I like to get a chip clip. And I want them at an angle. So I like to just do them in little sections like that. So we're going to do another one here. It might be a little bit long. We'll do one there. And let's do one more here. And then we'll do one more. And so now we're just going to hot glue this ribbon. And I'm making sure that I bring it at an angle. And so you can just do this, or you don't have to do it. I just think it's going to give it a nice little finishing touch. And it's nice that we just left the tinsel on the hat, so we don't have to redecorate that hat. We're just using that for our design. Ah, losing my comments here. YouTube's doing weird stuff today. Bye, Teresa. Thank you. I can't wait to see. We'll see you next time. We're almost done. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Welcome. And Turbo's like, are you done yet? Because I want in. But I think these would be super great sellers at a craft fair. Not right now where it's getting to, everyone wants Christmas, but if you started those early craft fairs, I think this would be a really great seller. Yeah, I think if we just try to wrap it around, it's just going to be too gappy, and I don't like that gappy look, so that's why I'm doing it like this. And let's do one more here, and then we'll add our bow. And then we're ready to wrap up this design. I am loving the polka dots. Polka dots never get old to me. I love polka dots. And this black and white polka dot ribbon is such a staple. You can use it for any season of the year. All right, so we've added the hat, the little stripes around the hat, And now the very last thing is we'll add that bow at the top here. Spilled glue somewhere. All right, add that bow. And then what I'll do is I'll add a zip tie to the little plastic bar on the back here. So if I was to sell this or give it away, I would add a piece of felt or material on the back here, like probably hot glue it. I will be adding a zip tie right through here to be able to hang this. Turn it around. And there you have a cute, fun, and whimsical. I know it's hard to see right here, but it's such a cute, fun, whimsical wreath for Halloween. Like I said, I just do cutesy and fun, and then I'll play around with the ribbons and spread those out. But I just wanted to show you how quick and easy it is to make the witch's hat wreath on the witch's hat tinsel Dollar Tree decoration. Make sure you grab a few because we're going to be doing more designs with these tinsel hats. You could do the Santa hats. I've done the fall hat. You could do the gnomes. There's so many fun things that you can do with these. So I just wanted to give you a little Halloween inspiration. If you wanted to bring a hostess gift to your Halloween party or put this up on your front door and everyone's going to be like, where did you get that? I want one. So I'm so happy that you all came by to say hi, Vilius, to say hello, and please make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you're not following me on YouTube, you could go straight down to the bottom of this live and it will take you right there to the subscribe button. And I hope that you'll come back and craft with me some more. Thanks for watching Hollie Hobbies. From my heart to yours. Bye.